We have breaking news tonight. Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy, one of the longest serving justices in history, has announced his retirement 1 month shy of his 82nd birthday.
Kennedy, a moderate conservative, often casts the powerful swing vote on the court. So with his retirement, the president now has the potential to reshape the court for years to come.
He's a man that I've known for a long time and a man that I've respected for a long time. He's been a great justice of the Supreme Court.
During his 30-plus years on the Supreme Court, Justice Anthony Kennedy sided with both his conservative and liberal colleagues on the bench, earning him the reputation as the court's swing vote.
I hate that term. It has this visual image of these spatial gyrations. The cases swing, I don't.
Kennedy, a moderate conservative, was seen as a consensus pick when President Ronald Reagan nominated him in 1987.
He's popular with colleagues of all political persuasions.
On the Second Amendment, prisoner rights, and the constitutionality of Obamacare, he sided with the conservatives. But on other issues, he sided with liberals. In 2015, he wrote the majority opinion in the case that legalized same-sex marriage, saying same-sex couples ask for equal dignity in the eyes of the law. The Constitution grants them that right.
Are you ready to take the oath, Justice?
Last year, Justice Kennedy administered the oath to President Trump's first Supreme Court pick, Neil Gorsuch. With Kennedy's retirement, President Trump has the opportunity to nominate a more conservative justice, dramatically shifting the court to the right for years to come. Kennedy's retirement is effective July 31st. President Trump thanked him for his distinguished service, said the search for a new justice will begin immediately.
We want to bring in Furman political professor Dr. Brent Nilsen. He's joining us here at 7 on Main tonight to talk a little bit more about the significance of this justice leaving this court. Help our viewers understand.
Well, Justice Kennedy was what we call a swing vote. There are 9 justices on the court. 4 of them were liberal, 4 were pretty solidly conservative, and Justice Kennedy was right in the middle. On most social issues, he tended to go towards the liberal side, and on business and some voting rights, he went to the conservative side. But you never knew what the court was going to say until you knew what Kennedy was going to say. And so this is a momentous time for the court and for the country. Because his replacement may very well line up fully with the conservative side and be a 5-vote block for the conservatives.
We want to bring in our Gordon Dill, my co-anchor, who's in Spartanburg right now, joining us with this conversation about the significance here of Justice Kennedy leaving.
A lot of questions about this, but I want to focus on the political aspect of this, Brent, because even in the South Carolina governor's race, abortion was such a big issue. And Roe versus Wade can only be decided by the Supreme Court. As we go into November, is that going to be the political issue, the shaping of this court and abortion that people are voting on this fall?
Well, abortion is going to be an important issue. I'm not sure how much it's going to affect electoral politics. We're going to see it playing out in the Senate over confirmation of the president's nominee. And as that spills over into the state, we might see it there as well. But I think we're going to have to wait until we find out who the president actually nominates before we see how much of an abortion debate we're going to get.
Yeah, well, it will be interesting to follow over the next weeks and months. And a man who's very generous with his time, Dr. Brent Nilsen, thank you.